Hey everyone! So welcome back to another anatomy video. This week I decided I want to talk to you all about the different types of neuroglia that exist within our nervous system. As you can see from this flow chart, our neuroglia can be categorized based on the nervous system they can be found in. You should recall from your videos that the neuroglia found in the central nervous system are different than those found within our peripheral nervous system. So I just wanted to give you guys each a brief rundown on the neuroglia and show you guys some visuals that you can associate with the different types of cells for better retention. So without further ado, let's jump right in. As you can see, these are the 4 different types of neuroglia that you can find in the central nervous system. We have astrocytes, microglial cells, ependymal cells, and oligodendrocytes. First, I'll start with the microglial cells. As you recall, they are small ovoid cells with many functions. They migrate towards injured neurons and help clean the surrounding area by removing microorganisms and debris through phagocytosis. So a trick that I use to help me recall these cells is by associating them with small cleaners. So this is our microglial cell, our cleaner, and these purple bubbles sort of represent the microorganisms and debris and stuff in our central nervous system. So what these cells are going to do is clear up that debris and help maintain the cell environment. They also migrate towards those injured cells to help them undergo apoptosis to make room for our healthy cells to work. Next, we have our astrocytes. So these cells perform a lot of different functions within our central nervous system. These cells are highly branched and perform functions like supporting our neurons, roles in information processing, and many more. So the way I went about remembering the astrocytes and their functions is by saying my astrocytes are astronomical, and I'll show you why. So this is our astrocyte. As you can see, there are a lot of limbs or branches on our highly branched astrocyte. And he's wearing a helmet because he's astronomical. He's in space right now. Like I said, they perform an astronomical amount of tasks, so it only makes sense to draw them like an alien astronaut, right? But as you can see, the different types of tasks that they perform are supporting and bracing our neuron, maintaining the chemical environment, guiding the young neurons, influencing neuronal functioning, and many more. So remember, our astrocytes are astronomical. Next, we have the oligodendrocytes. These are the cells within the central nervous system that share a similar function with our Schwann cells in the peripheral nervous system, which I'll elaborate upon later. These cells, as you know, are also branched, and their processes wrap around central nervous system fibers as sort of an insulation. So likewise, I decided to draw an insulated neuron. Well, a neuron wearing a coat with sleeves. So you'll see later on how these are similar to the Schwann cells, but for right now, remember that our oligodendrocytes wrap around to provide insulation for our thicker nerve fibers. The final cell within the central nervous system that I want to talk about is the ependymal cell. Whenever I think of ependymal cells, I think of appendages, because ependymal and appendages kind of sound a little bit similar. Now, remember the key thing to note about ependymal cells is that they are ciliated. And what do we typically use cilia for? That's right, movement. So I drew these cells in different sizes because they vary in size, but here's an image of our ependymal guys using their cilia, or in this case their hair, to move the cerebrospinal fluid surrounding them. Okay, so now that I've finished talking about the neuroglia of the central nervous system, I'm going to give you some visuals to associate with our 2 types of cells that are found in our peripheral nervous system, the satellite cells and the Schwann cells. Let's go! So first we have our satellite cells. When I was studying this, I would think of our satellite cells as being under kind of the same astronomical space theme as our astrocytes. This is because they share similar functions, just within different systems. So I drew our space-themed satellite cell with their different branches and tasks, such as surrounding neuron cell bodies and other tasks similar to the astrocytes. Remember, our satellites in space are like our astronomical astrocytes. And finally, we have our Schwann cells. These are the cells that are similar to our oligodendrocytes. The Schwann cells surround our peripheral nervous system axons with myelin sheath. As you know, We have these graded potentials that travel from our dendrites through the soma, build up at the trigger zone, and become an action potential that travels along our axon. So as you can see here, right now, our neuron man is lying down and looking sad because his action potentials aren't moving fast enough inside him. So what he does is he puts on his stylish Schwann Incorporated jacket that came with its own nodes to help him insulate and speed up his action potential. So remember, Schwann cells are forming our myelin sheath like a jacket on top of our neuron man. And that's the end of this week's video on our neuroglia. I hope it was really, really helpful and wish you the best of luck with your studying this week. Bye!